Okay, I'm just going to see if it's working, Lara. Hang on. Right now, 1 second. Wait a sec, Lara. Juice? Yeah. Love water, yeah?
Yeah. And orange.
And orange, yep, no problem. Okay, yeah, of course. Right.
Right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lockdown Lunches, the first episode of the second lockdown of our cooking show. Now, today, what we're going to be doing is a rice wrap. Now, this rice wrap is... Rice. That's it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, because it takes the longest... Hang on a second, hang on, you don't need to moan. You don't need to moan and cry. I'll push you in. Right. I'm just going to get some shoes for the bottom of Lara's chair, so wait there a second, Lara. So what I'm going to... Don't touch anything. So what I'm going to do with these shoes, I'm just going to put these shoes underneath Lara's chair so it doesn't stop it, so it stops it from slipping. So be careful up there. Because obviously the shoes are really grippy. They've got like the soles on the bottom, so I'm just going to put it under the chair, and that's going to stop the chair from moving when Lara decides to go skateboarding. So what we're going to do now, I know, yeah, chair's got shoelaces. So we're going to get our saucepan. I'm using my biggest normal saucepan. I'm going to pop that there in front of you, Lara, and we're going to cook the rice. Now yeah, I'll let you do it. Yeah. Now. Yeah, I'm going to let you do it. So we're going to use this golden vegetable rice, which is 25p from Morrison's. Okay. Now this is it's okay. You know, it's flavourful to a point. But if you want to add flavour to it, chuck that in. If you want to add flavour to it, then get yourself a cup of soup and bash that in as well. I'm just using vegetable cup of soup with the golden vegetable stuff. So that's all going to go into there. Okay. So there's a cup of soup. Let's keep it open, because if... Hang on, let me turn it round. So you squashed it, which means that it can't come out. So we've got to keep it open, and then it will all fall out, yeah? That's it. And then we're going to add the water. Now we're going to use... on the packet, yeah, on the packet, it says 425ml of cold water, but what we're going to do is 450ml. We're going to see how we go, because obviously we've got the cup of soup in there as well, which is going to absorb some of the stuff. And it's also going to add flavour, which is the whole point. Right, hang on 1 second. So we're going to use the handle. We're going to pour it into the middle of the saucepan. That's it. We're going to put that to one side. Then we're going to get Lara's spoon. And we're going to give it a mix around, okay?
Yeah.
Without splashing it. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is put that on the hob, and that's going to cook for 20 minutes on the hob. So this is going to be our savoury rice, and a cup of soup is in there as well to add flavour. So once it's all kind of like well mixed in, we're just going to put it onto the furthest hob away from your child over here, and this is just like a medium-sized hob. So can I pop that on now, Lara? Yeah.
On that.
Yeah, I'm just going to pop that onto there.
And another one.
Yeah, in a second. I'm going to turn that on. Ready? Okay. Now I'm going to turn that on to high until it starts to boil. I'm going to put the lid on to keep the heat in and the moisture. And then when it starts to boil, I'm going to knock it down to a simmer. And then that's when we can take the lid off and just let it burn away. And let it burn away the water. So pop that there. So the other way you can do this recipe is with a microwave bag of rice. Obviously these are a little bit more expensive.
And that one.
That one's cooking now.
That one.
Yeah, in a minute. We'll do that one in a minute. We're going to do this one first. Pop your spoon down. So the next one that we're going to do. So this is more expensive, but you might have these in your food bank donation, or you might have been given them, or you can just get them from the corner shop. And there are cheaper versions in Morrison's as well, or other stores. So this one's from Morrison's. You can get it from Asda or whatever. So you just do like a 2 centimetre tear, and you stick it in the microwave. But what I do is just push it up at the bottom, and then squeeze it, because it tends to like clog together at the bottom. So just kind of like pushing it up and then squeezing it. and then that can go into the microwave, Lara. So just push the button open, pop it into the microwave, put it in. That's it. No, don't pour it in. Put the whole bag in. Let go. In there like that. Okay. Then shut the door, and then we take 1, 2. That's it. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Now, when that starts to boil, it's starting to get warm now. When that starts to boil, we're going to turn it down. So when it starts to boil, we turn it down. Well, it's cooking with Lara today, Lara. Yeah. Right, so the next little bit that we're going to do, because obviously that only takes 2 minutes in this one. So you've got your grated cheese, pop that to the side. We've got our wraps, pop your spoon to the side as well. We've got our wraps, we're going to take one wrap out. Pop it on the plate, don't break it or anything though at the moment. I'm just going to pop that flat on the plate, put those wraps there. Watch the spoon, we don't need the spoon anymore. Right, and then we're going to get a little handful of cheese, and we're going to go, if she can contain herself, we're going to go around the outside, just of half the wrap. So imagine you put your spoon over half of your wrap. We only need to put it around the outside of half of the wrap. And I'll show you this a little bit closer up in a minute. So let's get that cheese out. So I'm doing it about a thumb width around the outside of the wrap. No, just on this side of the spoon. That's it, because we're going to flop over the other half of the spoon. Now we're going to go all the way around the edge, like a clock. So you know where the numbers are on a clock? That's where it's going to go, all around the outside, not in the middle, because the middle is where the rice is going to go, okay? So let's put a bit, no, not in the middle, not in the middle, not in the middle, around the outside, okay? Around the outside there. And a little bit more here, Lara. Just in that gap there. Another little part. So this is yellow and orange cheese, which I guess is like cheddar and red Leicester. Okay, let's put it there like that. So it's all around the outside. You see? So hang on a second, let me just show everybody on the camera. So it's all around half of the outside. Now we're going to fill this gap with rice, and then we're going to flop it over. Okay? You're going to have a little nibble of those. Yeah? So let's leave that alone now. Let's leave that alone, because we're going to work with that in a minute. This is starting to boil. So no more in there. If you're doing it with this boiled rice, then that's now when we need to turn it down to a simmer. So Lara, once it's boiling, what do we do? When it's boiling, what do we do?
Boil it.
When it's boiling, what do we do? Turn it down. Okay, let me just stir this. Hang on a second. So we're going to make sure that all that soup is broken up, because we don't want lumps of powdery soup in there. So give that a good mix. You can even whisk it if you've got a whisk. And then we're going to put that onto a low to medium. Hang on a second. On a low to medium for the rest of the 20 minutes. So if you're doing it in the microwave rice, then we pop it open, get the rice out. Wait a second though, because it's hot. We're going to get a bowl. Yeah, it's hot, Lara. Let me just... Hang on a sec, let me just get a little bowl out of here. Push your shoes back in. Right, so... Now this is for grown-ups because it's very hot. So I'm going to rip the top off, and then we tip it into the bowl, okay? That's it. All done. That's all out, okay? I'll throw that away for you. Is that recyclable? Nah, not yet. Okay, so now break up the rice a little bit with your spoon, and then bring your plate over to you. So break it up a little bit, because some of it might be a little bit stiff. So break it up a little bit, and then we'll get a spoonful of it. So let's get your spoon. Let's mix it up a bit more. So get some in a spoon. Get some out. And we'll put it there, in that hole. That's it, a bit more. That's it. So we get a different spoon. What about this one? There you go. So we're going to use about a third of that pack, that'll do. A little bit too much. We're going to use about a third of that pack. No, I'm just going to pat it down. No, it's done now, look. See? So it's very nicely, that's it, okay, very good. Thank you, that's it. Okay, so I guess that's about half. So now we're going to flip that over. So let's just move this out the way. Let's move those out the way.
I don't want this move out the way.
We'll move that just out the way. And now the next bit, Lara.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get the edge of this and I'm going to flip that over very nicely. Don't press it too much. Very nicely in half, okay? Now, hang on. Okay, let go. Now, just pop that back in the microwave like that to get the cheese slightly melted. Only very, very, very slightly for about 20 seconds. Okay?
I won't turn it on.
Do it with me then. That's it. Okay?
Daddy, don't. I won't do it.
Yeah, you did do it. I was just turning it down because you didn't need it all for that long. So that's just tiny bit in there, just to get it ready for the rice, for the cheese to get very, very, very slightly warm, so we can squash it down with a fork. So let's just check that out and see whether that's done. Yeah, that's starting to go now. So what I'm going to do now while it's still hot, what I'm going to do now is get a fork, hang on, it's hot, and we're going to press. Yeah, you press it with me. No, I've got to do it with you. Hang on, nice and gently. Like that. We're going to press around where we put that cheese to squish it and squash it together. Okay? Yeah. So that's sealed now all the way around where that rice is. So, you don't need it anymore, Lara. So then you get your frying pan. That's there. I'm going to turn that, oh, the wrong one. I'm going to turn that one on at the back. Okay. I'm not going to put any oil in it. But what we are going to do is, we're going to, don't touch it with that, we're going to flick a tiny little bit of water in the frying pan. And once the water starts to fizzle, then we know that it's the right temperature. So, get some water in your wait, don't pick it up. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't pick it up. Put your fingers in it and flick it. Just flick it. Okay. Now, can you hear it's fizzling? Because it's fizzling, we know that it's ready. So we're going to get our plate. This is the grown-ups part. We're going to get our plate. We're going to slide Archer underneath it, and we're going to put it straight into that frying pan and wiggle it off your spatula, okay? While it's in there, just poke with your spatula. Yeah. So while it's in there, don't hit the top of it though. Let's just push while it's in there, we just need to squash the cheese, okay? Without breaking it, nice and gently. We don't need to poke it or hurt it. And it just needs to be very, very gentle and just squash that cheese and get a little bit of a brown colour on the bottom of it, okay? Right, that'll do, Lara, well done. Now we're going to leave that for about 30 seconds to 50 seconds, or even 53 seconds or 41 seconds.
I drink that water.
Yeah, you can drink it, yeah. And now, what I'm going to do is get my spatula behind it, flick it onto the spatula.
Daddy, I want to kick it on the spatula.
Turn it cheese side down, rest it on the corner, and flip it over, okay? So that's starting to brown in, I'm just showing the camera, that's starting to brown in colour now, and it's sealed that cheese, it's really fried that cheese. So I'm going to put that onto that side, and let that cook a little bit through now as well. We're going to get our chopping board ready, because we're going to cut it now, Lara, okay? We're going to get our chopping board ready, so let's move this out the way. We're going to get our knife, let's just see how that's getting on. So again, just seal that down. I think that's nicely done now. Beautiful. Okay? So then we get it out, we pop it onto our chopping board. Let's leave it there a second. Turn off your fire. Hang on a second, not with a fork. I'm just going to mix this other rice. So this is the rice that we're boiling. So obviously this isn't done. Wait, Laura, leave the fork, please, a second. I'll get you a knife. Obviously this rice, if you're doing it this way, obviously this takes 20 minutes. That's not even nearly done yet, and yet we've finished.
Daddy, get me a knife.
Yeah, I will get you a knife now. It's our rice wrap. It's all solid in there now. So now we're going to get our knife. Right there. That's a nice purple one. I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it with you. Yeah, I'm doing it with you. I'm doing it with you. Well, then you're not doing it at all. Do you want me to do it with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, wait. Let's just not go straight into it. Hang on. So obviously, so we've cut that in half now. So that's what you see when it's done. So we've got that rice wrap with that cheese seal. It's nicely fried off and baked. Now, obviously, with that, you can do a little salad. Where's that knife gone? There it is. So we can do. Watch your fingers. So you can do a little salad. Yeah, you can do it. So put that onto my plate or your plate. Put some radishes in it if you want.
My plate.
On your plate, okay. A little bit of cucumber, just slice the cucumber off. My kids love strips of cucumber, so I'm just going to take my knife down the front of it and just chop that into strips like that.
On my plate.
Go on then, all onto your plate. And there you've got a nice little lunch, you know. So that's Lara's. Nice. It's almost like a filled wrap. Well, it is a filled wrap. I mean, what those other things called? Pita bread. And there you go, just tuck in and enjoy. It's just so easy. Try the wrap. Isn't it? Right. So there we go. Obviously, if you're doing with the boiled stuff, it's going to take a lot longer. That's starting to get to the point now where it's going to be getting ready soon. So it's up to you what you've got. You might just have a boil in the bag rice. If you've just got a boil in the bag rice, then you stick a cup of soup in there. If you've got flavoured rice, you can put a cup of soup in there as well. You can put OXO cubes in there. You can put vegetable OXO cubes in there, or anything like that. But stick your own stuff in. You know, it's a really easy concept, and it's going to be available in our new book, which hopefully will be out ready for Christmas. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on Thursday with the next one, where we'll be showing you how to make your very own pasta from scratch. We'll see you then. Goodbye, everybody. Say bye, Lara.
Bye.